Welcome, welcome to a very special studio session here on radioactive.fm. We have Theia in the live room with us today, hailing from the beautiful Waikato with whakapapa to Ngāti Tipa and Ngāti Amaru. If you aren't already familiar with Theia, her sound, you're in for a treat. And we've also got Marcella on the gat. How are you guys?
Oh, kia ora rā. Very, very happy to be here. E mihi ana ki a koe o te rā ki a koutou katoa. Mō tō koutou manaakitanga mai. Kia ora rā.
Oh, we are so lucky to have you guys here. Now, for the people who don't already know you and your sound and aren't already mega fans, how do you describe your sound to people?
Oh, well, I would say I make alternative folk with Indigenous soul, and my music is largely bilingual, and I call my mahi artivism. Bridging, like my tupuna, going for the throat o tēnei kāwanatanga miki, and combining activism and artistry in waiata, hei taonga tuku iho, to be passed down for future generations for, our resistance and resilience. Yeah.
Well said. I love that. Artivism.
Kia ora.
Now, you've got a show this evening at Meow, your first solo headline. You haven't been here for 9 years.
Oh, jeez.
That's a bit long, eh?
That's a bit long.
You're here to promote your debut album, Girl in a Savage World. How does it feel being back in Te Whanganui-a-Tara?
Oh, I'm thrilled. Yes, you're correct. I have not performed a solo show in forever here, though I've been here, like I was the Māori artist in residence at Massey 2 years ago, which was fabulous to get to know the city. Yeah, this is my first headline, so it's really sweet. I'm thrilled to be here and to be able to share these waiata that mean so much to me and so much, relevance, I suppose, with the community here. And I hope that, folks really hapa i te kaupapa and champion the message and understand what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I can hear you. And you've got some awesome openers as well. Aura Randall and Matariki Bennett. They are awesome. And Māori. Hell yeah.
Kia ora, he tangata whenua katoa, and my band as well, he wāhine te katoa o taku pēne. So I have an all-woman band, an all-BIPOC band. Kia au nei, kari ko atu i te wahine. To me, as a wahine moi wahine, as a lesbian, there's no one better to hold my kaupapa and my waiata than fellow wahine. So Marcella is one of them. I have electric guitar, bass, drums, and violin. A beautiful, beautiful band, and they're fabulous. I'm thrilled to present these waiata, live and with a very strong wahine toa message.
Oh, that is so special. Now, I feel like you probably touched on this in previous chats, but this is a question I've been dying to hear from your mouth. How does your Māoritanga influence your artistry? We can see it visually in your beautiful music videos, and we can hear it through your reo, but what does it mean after, years of being on this journey?
Well,
loaded question.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to me it's everything. Like, I mean, in particular, this record is it's your debut record, so you only have the one chance to do it. And this one, I just went all out on it, wanting to assert my mana motu hake meki, my tino rangatiratanga, by ensuring that every subject that is within it and every, pepeha or whakatauki or whakatauaki or tongikura is sourced from within my whakapapa or within my iwi or within the kingitanga or from kōrero, like from stories and taonga tuku iho, that, treasures that have been passed down through my ancestors, in particular my tupuna wahine, my female ancestors. And the reason for this record and for my work really is to speak about and expose the disgusting wrongs that have, and traumas, ngā taumahatanga miki, me ngā pēhitanga te taonga mai o te Pākehā, the huge mass destruction that came upon my people, from my iwi, we lost over 1.2 million acres of our sacred lands that was forcibly taken from us during the Raupatu, and the fact that despite these many hurts and the actions of this current bald-head government and the three-headed coalition that strives to, undercut our human rights as tangata whenua, that kaiko nei tonu tātou, we're still here, I as a mokopuna of Ngāti Sipa and Waikato and of some strong tupuna wahine am here, not going to back down, determined to, let people know that we're still standing strong, we have resilience, we have resistance, and after, over 250 years of colonization, stemming from the doctrine of Christian discovery depicting us as savages, that we are not going to go anywhere and we'll continue to fight for the rights so that our uri whakaheke, our mokopuna and our descendants will be able to speak our language freely and, enact their culture proudly and not be ashamed.
Well said, well said. And I just want to say your reo is beautiful.
Kia ora. I love my mito Waikato. I love my Waikato dialect. It's so cool. And it's a very special taonga from my nannies. And I think it's very important for us to obviously whakahokia mai te reo, return the language, decolonize, get to know our mother tongue. But if you have the privilege of that taonga, then press on and try and reclaim your mita, because that's, it's so cool. I adore our reo, but I love that within our mita, within our dialects, there's completely different kupu. We have such a remarkably intricate lot of tribal dialects where some kupu aren't even the same. Everywhere else practically in Aotearoa, our word for whitebait is some variant of inanga or inaka in the Waipounamu, and then within my people it's matamata. So it's just so cool. I love our reo and the fact that it's what they tried to beat off the tongue of my nannies and is still here today and thriving.
Yeah, thriving, all right. It's never been cooler ever to have your reo, right? As a young Māori myself, your reo really sticks with me. What has your journey looked like, and when did that kind of start, and how do you bring that into your music?
The journey has been a combination of absolutely geeking out, doing as much study as I can, watching hours and hours of video that my kuikui, my grandmother gave me of her mother, Te Taniwha Waikato, the dragon of my tribe, Nani Mite, of whom I will be performing her awesome song later. And she was famously, she refused to speak Reo Pākehā, she refused to speak to Pākehā. And so the whole interview that's hours long is conducted only in Reo Māori. And so I find it just so awesome to listen to the kupu that she used, listen to our dialect flowing. I grew up doing hakas as soon as I could. I went to university and got my degree in Māori and Indigenous studies, like anthropology, focusing on, language revitalization, cultural revitalization, and te reo rangatira. And just starting my master's now in Indigenous studies at Auckland University, and doing research on, mana wahine and peace building practices. So yeah, whatever I can. And the most important thing I would say, and I'm aware that not everyone has this, but there are still many ways in this ao huri huri in this modern world to be able to achieve this, like going to wānanga and things. But the main thing for me was just being a nanny's girl, sitting, being taken to the marae, to all of the tangi, to all of the hui, and just being quiet, making the teas, and then listening to all of the gossip that was conducted in our reo, which they would forget that I would understand, and then I would laugh, and then they go, oh, oops. So yeah, just sitting and listening, really.
Yeah, I love that. And what would your advice be to young Māori or anyone who's wanting to start that real journey as well as implementing it into their toi?
Okay, well, I think I have strong viewpoints on this. If you are Māori, do not let the imposter syndrome hurt you. He whakapapa Māori tōu, he Māori koe, nō reira, he reo tōu. If you have whakapapa Māori and you're Māori, then you have the Māori language. It's down in there, and it will come out, and it's your, it's a... you have the right to it, so don't let any imposter syndrome get in there, and just try and learn however suits you. If you want to go to like a formal uni setting, that's one way, because everyone has different learning styles. If you want to go to te atarangi, which is cool, it's like learning through the little shapes and the cubes. Or if you want to go to te wānanga o Aotearoa or Awanuiarangi, it's more of an immersion environment. Do whatever. And then for our Pākehā or tangata tiriti, my words are this. Thank you for standing and choosing to get to know our reo. Put your Māori siblings first, let them go to the front, be good allies instead of taking up the space, understand your privilege and your position, sit at the back, but do whatever you can to still be good allies, but support your tangata whenua brethren in reclaiming what was taken by your ancestors. Kia ora, thank you.
Yeah, that well said. Now, just a question that comes to mind. Do you feel that way about other kind of genres of music that we kind of pick and pull from as musicians? Like, do you think, for example, is it okay for them to feel inspired by what we have but not to take?
In terms of non-Māori utilising our things to be inspired by us? Oh, so like the old appreciation versus appropriation. I guess I just feel like if you're going to do something, then you just need to make sure you're like seeking permission or working with like a fellow Māori, taking a back seat, or at least making sure that every single aspect of it, except for you, is tangata whenua, I suppose, lest it be something that's really special to us and that a lot of our people are still trying so hard to reclaim, but don't have the resources, lest it being it be just not looked after as safely as possible. Or just do your own thing, learn about your ancestry and hapa I tērā whakapapa, and then tautoko, ringapu oro Māori.
Yeah.
Kia ora.
Yes, that's a whole wānanga in itself.
It
though,
is,
hey?
indeed.
Now, there was, you had a crazy announcement, was it yesterday? You are representing Aotearoa at the United Nations Permanent Forum for Indigenous Issues, correct?
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Kia
that
ora.
is massive. Now, what does this mean for you, and what does that kind of mean, I guess?
Yes. So, as you can probably tell through my music, or through my studies, or whatever, you will, I'm, extremely firm on raising awareness in as many global mechanisms, I suppose, as I can, and via my artistry of the many wrongs that have and still do affect our people, and the threat to our human rights as Indigenous folks and as tangata whenua. I was blessed to be selected out of over 2,000 Indigenous communities from around the world by the United Nations Voluntary Fund for Indigenous Folks to be able to attend and represent at the 25th Forum on the Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, as well as a couple of other UN-affiliated kaupapa, so the Global Indigenous Peoples Caucus, and then the historic Second Summit on Indigenous Peacebuilding. And there is a book that's going to be announced at the Permanent Forum, of which I have been asked to contribute a 3,000-page article, 3,000 word article on traditional Māori peace building practices, and of course, being a proud wahine moi wahine, a lesbian, my research is on peace building practices pre-Pākehā, concerning and centred around wahine. And yeah, so I'll pretty much just be trying to advocate as much as I can for our people and raising awareness of what's going on at the moment in our nation, as well as soaking up whatever I can from all of the amazing other Indigenous leaders that are there, and yeah, just standing strong, sharing my research, sharing my ngā kaunui ki tō tātou nei reo me tō tātou nei Māoritanga, and just trying to be a good mokopuna, I guess.
Yo.
Yep.
Special. Now, if people, how do people support your journey in this?
Well, I've been very blessed to have the UN's paying for my flights to get to Te Aporo Nui, the Big Apple, and a small contribution for kai and things like that, but I still have to come up with the accommodation. So I set up a Give a Little for if anyone wants to tautoko this activism, if you will, then you can go there. Any koha is so greatly appreciated. It's like the most expensive city in the world. It's wild. My mum was like, why is the headquarters there? I was like, I don't know. They just put it there. It can't be moved. The other way that you can tautoko is, like I was saying, I released Holy War 2, which is like a reinterpretation of the first track of my debut record, Holy War. And that was with collaboration for the Māori Gothic horror Marama, and it's not available anywhere except for like as the music video, so I've uploaded it to my Bandcamp for a limited time for folks to purchase, and have a hoko if you would like to tautoko my mahi and my journey to the UN. So kia ora.
Get in there, guys. Get in there. Now, if you're just tuning in, you are just in time to catch Theia's very, very special waiata. She has come in to talk about lots of things, and you'll be able to listen back via Mixcloud. Now, tell me a little bit about this waiata. It sounds very, very special to you.
Oh, sure thing, yes. So this waiata is a very famous composition by my great-grandmother, one of my absolute heroes, Nene Mite Karakakukutai, and it's called Kiwiweka. It's it is so cool. I just love it. It is heard in carriage parties throughout the Motsu, but also, and most importantly, I suppose, used often as both the waiata tautoko for both sides of the pōwhiri and of the paukai when they come to when the kingitanga comes to our marae. And you'll often hear it interpreted like back home. My ruruhi, my nannies, they play it with the banjo or with the ukulele. And Nene Mite composed this one in the 40s. It's like an anti-war song of sorts, I suppose, because under our kingitanga, of course, my people were encouraged not to conscript in te pakanga tuarua o te ao in the Second World War. not to fight a battle that is not ours. It's a Pākehā battle. And despite this, the war came to us in the way that in our little corner of the world, Te Puaha o Waikato, the river mouth of Waikato, a contingent of ngā hoia Amerikana or American soldiers came to, I guess, be trained before their deployment off to the Pacific. And so from those unions with wahine Māori, there were, babies. And some of my aunties that came to my performance back at home on the weekend were some of those children, some of those uri. And so the sadness, o roto i tēnei waiata, I suppose, is the fact that we didn't want any part of this war. However, it still came to us. We've got these, beautiful uri from these, relationships. But the fathers obviously went off, got deployed, fought, and didn't come back. So it's like this wild, history that we have there. And another thing to note is I love my nanny's use of kupu whakarite or metaphors. The waiata compares wahine Māori, so Māori woman, to kiwi and weka, which of course are our native birds that can't fly. They instead, live in our repo, like where I'm from in Waikato. It's like quite swampy. And they tend to their young, have their babies, look after their homes, and are, incredible kaitiaki and kai waiwai guardians. And then compares ngā hoia Amerikana, or the American soldiers, to ngā manu o te moana, seabirds, seagulls, that fly around, land but for a moment, and then soar off and leave. So, it's really beautiful, and I'm very, very proud to sing this waiata as a descendant, as a mokopuna of my nanny, who still strives to even just be one, but as amazing as she was in terms of passing on our mātauranga and challenging folks through the medium of waiata.
Oh, so beautiful. Now, this has been Theia, and I've been your host, Stella Ray. You can catch her at Meow tonight. You may have to wait 9 years to catch her again. Shall we hear this beautiful waiata?
Ka pai, kia ora. ka pau pau e. Ki te pono koutou, ki te matua, he pai noa iho e. He ori hori noi o te mamai o tō tina mai. Ki te pono koutou, ki te matua, he pai noa iho e. He ori hori noi o te mamai o tō tina mai. Au e, he